All right, guys, welcome in to the Topless Tuesday 4 Crown Series Midgets at Eldora. Small car, big track, a lot of action. Obviously, this is after the fact. We did have some issues with SDK and a couple other issues with OBS for the start of this race. So I was not able to get into the session in time and provide a quality product for everybody. So here we are. It is Wednesday night, and we're going back over it for you guys, doing a new little abbreviated type of style for the YouTube video. If you guys like it, comment, let me know. We will only have one video this week rather than the normal 2. So you guys will have to go further back to catch all the action from the Silver Crowns at Iowa. We were live for it, and that was an amazing, amazing race. But with that said, guys, let's hop straight into heat race action. All right, guys, and for heat race number 1, it is Mr. Ryan Paget on the pole, Bruce Klingen to his outside. Then it is Craig Sheeram, Jackson McLean, Dusty Fincher, and Brandon Garman for your 6 cars in heat race number 1. Pace truck lights are off. Ryan Paget will lead them into turn number 3 and 4, getting ready for the start of heat race number 1. 8 laps. Who's going to come out on top? As boom, we are green at Eldora. Ryan Paget will lead them into turn number 1, followed by Klingen, Sheeram, and McLean trying to work that high side. 3 wide for the lead between Sheeram, Klingen, and Paget. Paget will have the run and maintain the lead. Jackson McLean working that high side. He's now even into 3 and 4 with Sheeram, but gets messed up by Paget. Just a little bit has to come off the high line. That time around, give it to Klingen. Klingen is up on the high side with that momentum. Sheeram has not given up the bottom, but McLean does work his way underneath them. As McLean looking for his next heat race victory. That time around, Sheeram is your leader once again. 5 to go. 4 cars all in the battle for the lead. Who's going to come out on top? Currently, McLean with the run on the bottom has found some grip. Sheeram following him. Paget still ripping that top, trying to find anything he can as he fights with Klingen for the final podium position. McLean gets out to a little bit of a lead. Half a second at the line. Sheeram and Klingen both on the bottom. Paget still has not given up the top. Fincher and Garman just holding on as they are eating the dust of the top 4. The battle to watch is for second place between Klingen and Sheeram. Who is going to be able to get up there on the podium with McLean? 2 more laps and we will see. This time around, Barney will throw the white. McLean takes the white flag. 1 to go. Sheeram and Klingen side by side in 1 and 2. Who's going to have to drive down the backstretch? Klingen on the bottom. Sheeram up mid. McLean takes the victory. But it is so close for P number 2. Give it to Klingen. Sheeram in 3rd and Paget running P3. All right, and as we get into heat race number 2, it is Mike Henry Jr. on the pole position. Andrew Thornton to his outside. Craig Silby inside row number 2 with Ted York outside row number 2. And Dennis Hawley and Richie Joplin rounding out the field of 6. That will make 12 cars for the 30-lap feature tonight. Before we get into it, we have 8 laps to see who is going to come out victorious in heat race number 2. Pace truck pulls off. Henry Jr. will lead them to the green. He's on the loud pedal, and we are racing at Eldora. Henry working that midline, followed closely by Craig Silvey. Andrew Thornton to the outside there, doing everything he can to catch up. Ted York and Richard Joplin making short work of Dennis Hawley in the back. With Silvey now looking to the outside, he wants that lead. Silvey and Henry get close. Thornton on the low side, but doesn't have to drive off. Give it to Silvey that time around. Silvey working out a second lead over Andrew Thornton as York and Henry now battling for that final podium spot in heat race number 2. 5 laps to go, as these guys have been 3 and 4 wide almost all night in these heat races. Andrew goes up and blocks the run by Ted York, and will keep P2 for the moment. Thornton sliding up, York looking underneath. Can he get side by side on the backstretch as Henry's trying to work his way back into this battle? Henry up on the top is going to have the momentum down the front stretch. That time by giving Thornton in second. Silvey now out to almost a full second lead over second place. York, Thornton, and Henry all fighting for that podium. 2 to go this time around. Thornton loses talent, goes straight, and that Henry and York a great jump over him. Now almost a second gap to Thornton. With the white flag out, Craig Silvey pretty much has this in the bag. He just has to make one more corner, but does Henry have enough to get up into second? Running that high line, he's trying, he's on the loud pedal, and he will not get it done. It will be Silvey, York, Henry, Thornton, Hawley, and Joplin. And before we get into tonight's feature, let's go through a quick little grid walk. Andrew Thornton will be on the pole out of Granbury, Texas. 2 is outside. Mr. Ryan Paget, good old Wreckin' Ryan, up on the front row. See what he can do tonight. P3 is Mike Henry Jr. with Craig Sheeran out of Sydney, Australia, to his outside. Inside row number 3 is Ted York out of Camden, New York, with Bruce Klingon out of Troy, outside row number 3. Then you have Mr. Craig Silvey out of Auckland, New Zealand, inside row number 4, followed by your points leader, Jackson McLean, out of Paris, Tennessee, in 8th position. Then you get into newcomer Dusty Fincher, good friends with Andrew Thornton, I believe is why he is in the league. Great to see you out here, Dusty. With Dennis Hawley in the 51 machine. We saw him out there last week. Greatest number out there. We'll always root for Mr. Dennis Hawley. On the back of your grid is Brandon Garman out of Jacksonville, Illinois. And Richie Joplin racing out of Hudson, North Carolina. Looking for his first dirt win of the season. He's going to have a massive, massive time here trying to come from the back. Alright guys, and as we get into this 30-lap feature, my apologies, my trading paints was not working. We did get it set up between the heat races and the feature. That way you guys can see these beautiful paint jobs out here. It's amazing to see it. Andrew Thornton will lead them to the green as they head into 3 and 4. Let's hear those midgets roar. We are racing at Eldora for 30 laps. You hear the fireworks? That gets these guys pumped. Thornton will lead them coming out of 2 as we are 4 wide further back in the pack. Get some guys working on the top. Jackson McClain trying to make short work of a couple guys here. Working his way up. He is already up a couple spots. Jackson McClain looking underneath Henry. Trying to get up here with Shelby. They are working that low line currently. But can they get it to go any further? McClain is underneath Shelby. Sets his sights for P number 3. And now he's racing with Springing up on that high side. Gaining that momentum. These guys are all over the place searching for any last bit of grip they can get. It is Thornton still in the lead. You have Paget closely behind, but Jackson McClain looking for that second. Behind them is Sylvie, and then Bruce Klingon. Mike Henry sitting there.
Sorry.
Thornton, Fincher, Joplin, Garmin, and Hawley. Now we are 3 wide, going into 1 and 2. Jackson throws a slider, but it doesn't stick. Not able to take the lead as of yet. Paget throwing it right back. The crossover by Jackson, a great move. Still maintaining that bottom line. Is able to stay up there with these guys currently. You've seen your leader, Andrew. He's worked the middle, he's worked the top, he's worked the bottom. Currently working that middle. Hopefully he's able to stay there. Paget throws a quick slider on Jackson. Almost doesn't clear. Jackson now looking to the bottom. Hoping to get underneath your leader. He's worked his way up, comes back to the path. So you see Paget working the top, Jackson running the slider. Andrew that time runs half slider line. As you have 4 wide action for P2. A little bit of contact between Paget and Thornton that time around, but everybody does stay straight. Guys are gonna make me lose my voice here tonight. What a great way of seeing it. 20 to go as Thornton continues to lead. Paget right behind McClain as we are now under yellow for the very first time tonight. So let's go back and take a quick look and see what exactly happened here. Richie Joplin and Brandon Garmin just getting caught up, touching wheels, and that is not something you want to do in these midgets. Unfortunate for both of them, but they will hopefully be able to get their fast gear and get going once again. 10 laps down, 19 to go at the line. Andrew Thornton still in the lead. He will bring us back to green once again. But he does have Wonder Boy right on his tail with Ryan Paget, Craig Sylvie, and Klingon rounding out your top 5. Pace truck is off. We are green once again. Andrew will lead them into turns 1 and 2, running that middle line. We have Jackson McClain on the low side, trying to work around, and you have Sylvie and Paget fighting for that 3rd and final podium spot. Klingon just trying to stay in the mix here with Craig Sheeran, Ed York, Mike Henry Jr., Dustin Fincher, Dennis Hawley, Brandon Garmin, and Richie Joplin rounding out the rest of the field. Great action throughout. These guys always put an amazing show with the smallest dirt car, correction, second smallest dirt car now, on one of the largest tracks on iRacing for dirt. And he's starting to try to pull a gap on the second place battle between Sylvie, Paget, and McClain. Paget was able to get around McClain. Both of them rocking that high side, ripping the cushion. But can they keep the momentum? McClain looks back to the bottom, starts running the same line as Andrew. Hoping to maybe find the same amount of speed as as Sylvie now looking underneath your leader, Andrew Thornton. Doesn't have enough at the line, but he is side by side in 1 and 2. McLean and Paget fighting it out for third. Close racing, 13 to go at the line. Who's it gonna be? That time round, give it to Andrew Thornton. But we are back under yellow once again. Alright, and as we go back and take a look at the incident, there was Dusty Fincher involved going into 1 and 2. Just gets a little bit too sideways, touches the infield wall, touches the outfield, or the outer wall. Looks like he did catch Mr. Brandon Garment in that issue. Unfortunate for both of them, but both of them do get it going. We will get back to green flag racing here momentarily. As the lights on the pace truck go out, it is Andrew Thornton still in the lead with 16 laps down. Craig Sylvie right behind him. Then you have Ryan Paget, Jackson McLean, and Bruce Klingen, your top 5. They haven't changed, but they've been swapping positions. And Sheeran, Henry, York, Joplin, Hawley, Garment, and Fincher round out your field as we get ready to go green flag racing once again here at Eldora. Pace truck is off. Andrew Thornton will lead them across the line. 13 laps to go. Andrew's just doing everything he can to maintain as he's got some of the best individuals chasing him down. Sylvie, Paget, Klingen, and McLean. Paget staying to that high side. He's been up there all night long. Sylvie trying to go up and get some momentum. Thornton still running that mid line. It has worked for him all night. Guys can't get around him. 11 to go. Question is, who is going to be able to get up there and pass him? They haven't done it all night. You have Sylvie and Paget fighting it out for second place. Paget shoots to the bottom. Throws a great slider on Sylvie, the crossover. Gets to Sylvie going into 3 and 4. That'll put him back on the low side. Runs a half slider, getting right up in front of Paget to break his momentum. Paget and Sylvie just going at it, throwing haymakers in. Who is going to make it stick? McLean can just sit back and watch, riding that wall. And now he's up on the bumper of Paget. Sylvie throws a slider for the lead. Andrew is able to cross over side by side into 3 and 4. Thornton throws a slider back. No crossover as of yet at the line. He will maintain the lead. Throw a blanket over the top 5, guys. They are battling hard. And it looks like we will be back under yellow once again here at Eldora. We're going back to taking a look at what happened because of cautions. Richard Joplin here racing with Dusty Fincher and Brandon Garman. Brandon just shoots it in there, tries to throw the slider, but doesn't realize that Joplin is there. Looks like everybody will get back going, so we will be able to return green flag racing here momentarily at Eldora. Base truck lights are out. Thornton is able to maintain the lead. Sylvie was around him at the time of yellow, but the way iRacing scores it, it goes back to the last completed lap, and Andrew Thornton was the leader at that time. So it's Thornton, Sylvie, Paget, McLean, and Sheeran, your top 5. It'll be 6 laps to go. 6-lap shootout at Eldora to see who will get the trophy tonight. Barney's waving it. We are back on the loud pedal and racing at Eldora. Thornton will lead into turns 1 and 2. As you got Sylvie and Paget duking it out once again for the second place. Klingen gets his way around McLean for the moment. As we have multiple battles going on here. Oh, contact between Paget and Sylvie. Paget up on the high side. Oh, Sylvie just makes contact, trying to get the slider going. Does not work. We are still green flag racing. Everybody is going. Thornton out to an amazing lead. Correction, we are back under caution. Late caution thrown. It will be a 3-lap shootout. You guys watched it live? I don't think we need to go back and explain that situation anymore. Anyone that's been a long-time watcher of the B-Main Bandits, you know the two guys involved.
Warning, some viewers may find the following footage deeply disturbing.
Pace truck lights are off. With that little shake-up in the top 5, that does see Sylvie and Paget drop mid to the rear of the field. It's Thornton, Sheeran, McLean, Klingon, and Henry Jr. Your top 5. It'll be a 3-lap shootout to determine who comes home with the 4-crown victory. Pace truck is off. Thornton will get us going. A little bit of a bottle there at the start. Everybody is going, but that'll give Thornton a nice little gap coming out at 2. Sheeran right behind as Klingon and McLean duking it for that final spot. Sylvie is back in the fight, working that bottom line on Henry Jr. 3 wide for that 3rd position. Does anybody have it to get up there and steal this one from Thornton? 1 lap to go. 2 corners. Can he seal the victory? Been a dominant car all night. Sheeran trying to throw that slider, but is he close enough to do it in 3 and 4? A look to the high side. Thornton on the low side. McLean up top. It's going to be a drag race to the finish. And give it to Thornton. As it is Thornton, Sheeran, and McLean on your podium. What a crazy, crazy race. Crazy finish. Tempers flaring. Not much to say. Great win to Andrew Thornton, Craig Sheeran, and McLean. You guys had a great battle there at the end. We'll get into post-race interviews here momentarily. All right, guys. Unfortunately, we did have some technical difficulties getting into the session in time tonight and getting everything set up. So this is all going to be done. The post-race interviews are, well, post-race. We are getting these guys in the Discord immediately to get their first impressions right after the race. The rest of the broadcast here on YouTube will be done tomorrow morning. Just because we had a little bit of issues with everything. It's all figured out. We will be back for the Silver Crowns Out Iowa. So if you guys are watching this, it's probably too late for the broadcast, but hey, go check out the broadcast on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. Now, with that said, after this amazing race, let's talk to our 3rd place finisher, Mr. Jackson McLean. How's it going, buddy?
How you doing?
So, we did already talk with our viewers. We will be going over this race. I truly did not watch you guys. Just so
you missed a hell of a race.
I want to be able to go back over the recording, and that way we have a genuine product for our YouTube broadcast. Sounds like you guys had a great time out there. Another podium finish for you. My only question is, how did you let Andrew win?
Well, I still think that he was sandbagging during his heat race when he supposedly slowed down and thinking it was the last lap. I'm going to consider that admin privilege, but I'll let that rest where it is. But Andrew had a great car. He stayed consistent and stayed out all the crap, so he ran a great race.
Well, we will be able to go over this tomorrow morning and get the video up on YouTube. Another great podium for you. We will be live for the Silver Crowns at Iowa. What's your hopes for that?
I'm hoping for another win. I won the last 3, so I'm hoping I can keep the streak going.
Well, we will see you out there here momentarily. Great run tonight, man.
Appreciate it.
So, unfortunately, it looks like Mr. Craig Sheeran out of Sydney, Australia, is not in the Discord. So, unfortunately, we can't get with him. Hopefully, if he comes back out, Craig, if you're watching this, jump in the Discord next time. We'd love to talk to you. Great run tonight. Hopefully, we'll talk to you again here on Warlord Gaming. But with that, we already talked about him a little bit. It is league owner, Mr. Andrew Thornton, coming home with the victory tonight. Now, we went over things with Jackson a little bit. I have not fully watched the race yet. I want to give my genuine opinions through our replay. But what was some of the keys for you to stay out front tonight and keep that victory?
Luck. There's a whole bunch of guys a whole lot better than me that I was surprised I stayed out ahead of.
Well, I mean, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, and hey, that's going to decrease the points lead a little bit. You know, having Jackson on the podium is definitely not what you wanted to see, but hopefully with us going into the Silver Crowns here momentarily, you're able to possibly shrink that points lead a little bit more.
Anytime he finishes behind me, it looks a lot better on paper at the end of the night, doesn't it?
That it does, but he needs to finish a lot further behind you for you to gain that ground, buddy.
Need Richie to work some of his magic. I have faith in Mr. I can't turn on dirt on this next race for sure.
Well, Richie is definitely one of my favorites. Anytime you guys head to asphalt, we'll be back here momentarily. And great run tonight, Andrew.
Yep, thanks, bud.
All right, guys. Again, we did have some issues with getting into the live session. We did get everything worked out, so we will be going live momentarily on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. If you guys are not subscribed, you don't follow us on those socials, make sure you get out there, hit that subscribe, hit that follow, come watch the live broadcast, and watch these guys duke it out every Tuesday night. It's an amazing time. And we'll see you back here momentarily with the Silver Crowns. All right, guys, welcome in to week number 7 for the B-Main Bandits. Apologies for not going live earlier. You guys are going to see on the replay during our post-race interviews with the midgets at Eldora. We did have difficulties getting into the session and getting all of our programming working. That was a call made by myself and league owner Andrew Thornton because we want to put out the best product for you guys. If I can't put out a good product, then it's not worth your time as a viewer. It's not worth the B-Main Bandits community, and it's not worth the Warlord Gaming community. So my apologies for that. We will have the replay up on YouTube. Go check it out. We are talking about having a abbreviated type of replay, where instead of making one or making 2 videos a week for the B-Main Bandits, we're going to be doing one. Hey, Richie, checking in there on Facebook. Appreciate it, good buddy. Always great to see you coming out and checking out the stream. So, guys, we are getting into it here at Iowa. This is the smallest track that the Silver Crowns are going to. It is a 7/8 mile out in Newton, Iowa. Pretty fairly new track. I mean, it was created in 2006, and it was based off of Richmond International Raceway. Which, anybody that is a NASCAR fan, Richmond is one of the best tracks on the schedule. You don't agree with me? Come fight me. Like, that, hands down, still one of the best tracks. NASCAR did purchase it in 2013. They've ran trucks here. They run Indy here. They ran Xfinity here. And this year they are actually bringing the Cup guys here for the first time in lieu of the California race. Because California is getting reworked into a half-mile track, which I cannot wait for. Now, Auto Club was an amazing track already, so it is unfortunate to see it being sold off. But unfortunately, this economy, even NASCAR tracks, have to downsize sometimes. The big thing to watch tonight, so we have 5 cars in the session. Here is the top 5, because there is only one missing from your top 5 in points that is not out here tonight. You have Jackson McLean, who did increase his points lead over Andrew Thornton. He leads 710 to 685 over Andrew. Austin, who is not here tonight, is in third with 614, which will allow Ryan Paget and Richie Joplin to make some gains on him, sitting at 593 and 585 respectively. Those guys should be able to make a ton of ground. Hopefully, seeing Richie possibly get his first win tonight. Richie, we're always rooting for you here at Warlord Gaming. Love to see it. You know, he picked up, I believe, his second victory with JBSRL last night. Second or third, can't remember. And an amazing Legends race at IRP. So congrats on that, Richie. And yeah, we're going to jump straight into it, guys. So for the grid tonight, on the pole we do have Mr. Andrew Thornton with Richie Joplin to his outside. Jackson McLean takes up P3 with Joe J. Adams in fourth outside row number 2, and Ryan Paget will round out the field. So 45 laps. These Silver Crown cars do have a lot of downforce with that aero package. Some guys, they're used to running the asphalt sprints. So they're used to a lot twitchier of a car, a lot more horsepower, a lot less downforce. So these guys aren't used to when they need to get onto the throttle with these Silver Crowns. So it's going to be very interesting to see how they race in a pack here and what they can and can't do to get some passing done. Richie, thank you for that like too, buddy. Always appreciate it. Let's do some little bit of in-race reporting and see if we can help Mr. Jackson McLean. We're going to pull up Mr. Andrew Thornton, league owner. I know you're getting ready to get going here, but I wanted to hear your thoughts on how this race is going to go.
We're either going to run 2x2 in a pack just like this, or we're going to single file out, and you're going to have plenty of time to thank the sponsors.
Well, we always want to thank our sponsors here. But
oh yeah.
What's running through your mind now as you're about ready to get going?
Well, I'd like to know how I'm in the restart box and it gives me a drive-through penalty. That's the first thing I'd want. And we're going to exercise some admin privilege there because that's incorrect.
I don't know. I think we probably want to scream here.
in the middle of the box.
But you guys heard there is admin privilege in here.
For tonight, there is.
Good luck holding these guys off. Richie Joplin's coming for that win, buddy.
Oh yeah, he is. He's the only one I'm scared of.
Good luck, man. So as we get going here, Andrew has gotten out to a little bit of a lead over Joplin. Currently about half a second. With these aero packages, the draft does come into play. So I don't see that happening for very long here. Joplin is running that lower line to catch Thornton. As in the back, you have Joe J. Adams and Ryan Padgett also duking it out. But we will have two different groups here. The two fighting to not be the best of the worst. And the top three podium. Joplin's already closed that gap up quite a bit. Laps are taking off very, very quickly here. Already 5 laps down in the 25-lap feature. We know Joplin's fast with everything on asphalt, but being fast and getting the pass done are two very different things. The great thing about Iowa is there is multiple racing crews here. You may see one or the other jump up to that high line and try to see if they can gain the momentum on this front stretch to get that run. As there you go, Joplin's making a look to the inside. Can he make it stick, or will Andrew be able to power off of two? They go side by side, a little bit of wiggle out of Joplin. Into 3 and 4, Joplin has the better line. But Thornton able to power down and get it that time round to maintain the lead. Jackson getting a run on Joplin now. Jackson has won the last 2 asphalt races, including even sweeping last week. He did get a podium in the midgets. Pretty good chances of a podium tonight, but you know he definitely wants to get ahead of Andrew and see if he can extend that points lead even further. A lot of jostling around between these three, but there isn't much they can do to get the pass made as of yet. This is a very abrasive track, so tire wear will come into play. Oh no, Richie Joplin. So it might have been some net code. Let's go back and see if we can get a better look at this. Tags the wall and rides up and goes for a wild ride. And sticks the landing, so he should be able to get into the pits and get his fast repair. Unfortunate for Richie. Let's go ahead and drag him up here and get a word with Richie. Man, you just went for a wild ride. How are you still alive in this moment?
I shouldn't be.
So, one question. Has anybody ever told you wall bad?
Oh, yeah, I've heard that quite a bit.
And
that was interesting.
Yeah, you still haven't learned.
No. I was giving old Jackson room, and I just got too far up and hit the wall.
Sounds like a pretty typical situation for you, not being aggressive enough and getting the short end of the stick.
Yeah.
Were you able to get your fast repair, and we'll see you back out there?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to put me some fresh tires on it and go.
Get up there and beat Andrew, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
All right, good luck.
Yep, thank you.
That was Richie Joplin. He is still alive and breathing, guys. Medics did not have to tend to him. They might have to check for some illegal performance enhancing drugs after the race because he should not be living. Might need a metal scanner to see if he is a cyborg. And just like that, the pace car has gone off. We are going back green flag racing. Andrew Thornton will lead them to the line. Jackson McLean on his outside. You just heard it from Richie Joplin. He's got the fresh tires of the bunch. Let's see if he can use that tire advantage and get around Ryan Paget and Joe Adams. And hopefully make short work of Jackson McLean and Andrew Thornton to get up there and get his first win of the B-Main Bandits 4 Crown Series. He's been trying to see if he can do it. The big winners in that caution was Paget and Adams. That does allow them to get back in the draft at the top two. As Joplin has already made short work of Adams and looking to get around Paget. Paget sliding up, not giving Richie any room for the run. McLean looks underneath Thornton, but not able to make the pass. That outside line is just too good. Able to put down the power and get the momentum on the straightaways. Andrew is going up there. See if he can maintain it. Let's shoot back to the bottom in 3 and 4. Guys are looking to put on a hell of a show tonight. McLean gets the low run. He is able to clear Thornton. Thornton did get up in the marbles. Thornton does have an amazing run on the backstretch. These guys forgetting they are on asphalt, throwing slide jobs at each other. And now Paget has stuck his nose in. Are they going to go? They are going 3 wide into 1 and 2. Open wheel cars typically do not like this. These guys are jostling around everywhere. Looks like a little bit of contact. Oh! The whole field is dead. Let's go back and take a look from Ryan Paget's perspective. He did have the wildest ride of the bunch. See the contact there, just nowhere for Paget to go. And just decides to go flipping. But he does land it and get it back going. We'll have time for guys to get their fast repairs and get back out there to battle it out once again. It'll be 25 laps to go at the line. And we are about to go green. Pace truck lights are off. Andrew Thornton will lead them down to the start-finish line once again in the restart zone. We are green. Does take these guys a lap or two to get these cars wound up and get up to full speed. But look who is right back in the fight. Richie Joplin using that low line, using those fresh tires. Andrew gets a jump, but it's not going to be enough, I don't believe. Andrew is favoring that top line so that he can get more momentum off the corner. Great save by Ryan Paget there. Getting loose off of 4. Able to save it and stay in the draft of Joe Adams. As here we go with the tire advantage. Richie Joplin bobbles off of 4. He will not have it there. Give him a couple more laps and he will be able to get going. Down in 3 and 4, Richie looking low. Does he have the run? But he's got Jackson McLean looking right behind him. Side by side into 1 and 2. Can Joplin put down the power? That time a bobble out of Thornton. Joplin stays to his inside, coming out of 4. Are we going to have a new leader? No, we won't. Thornton still in the lead. 18 to go. Jackson looking to stick his nose in there, possibly go 3 wide. Guys are getting impatient as the laps wind down. But that time, out of 4, give it to Joplin. He gets the pass made. As Thornton now has to defend against Wonder Boy. 1 and 2 in the championship. Who's going to be on top tonight? Thornton wants to keep that 81 behind him. But without getting new tires, I don't know if he's going to be able to. Heading into 1 and 2, the battle for the top 3 spots is staying heated. Wonder Boy not able to get anything on Thornton as of yet. Trying to diamond it off. Thornton loose off of 4 will give Jackson P number 2. Thornton, who's been trying to save those tires, pushes a little too hard and not able to get the position back. Richie, it has worked out to a 0.3 of a second gap over Jackson McLean. But he is still within the draft. Richie has 14 laps to hold off Wonder Boy, who is looking for his 3rd in a row asphalt victory. Richie Joplin looking for his very first with the B-Main Bandits. Right behind for the final podium spot is the battle for 3rd between Thornton and Adams. Adams working that high side masterfully, getting around Thornton. As Thornton loose once again, just losing talent, give the spot to Adams at the line. But on those old tires, can Adams get up there to contest with the top 2? He's got an 0.8 of a second gap to make up to Wonder Boy. 11 to go. Richie Joplin continues to lead. He definitely wanted those bonus points for leading a lap. He's going to get the majority, though. Andrew did lead the most laps tonight. Issues with Thornton. He has fallen back to 5th place. Let's pull him up here and see what is going on with that 31 machine. Andrew, is that up in the booth? You got me?
I got you. Old tire's bad.
Yeah, looks like you got a handful. Now,
Slightly.
My question is, we know you lose talent. pretty regular. Why
It
didn't
happens
you get
occasionally.
tires?
I was feeling really good at the time of the yellow before Wonder Boy decided that he needed my space as well.
Well, even after the contact, you know the tires are going to be hot as hell, and he still chose not to do it. Hey,
Yeah, in hindsight, short-term gain, long-term loss.
at least you still get a top 5 out of tonight, buddy.
Yeah, that seems to be the case.
And try to bring her home clean.
Nope, that's not happening.
Nope. Hey, you guys watched it live. We are not under yellow. Andrew Thornton gets it back going. But heavy damage on that 31 machine. As the battle for first heats up, Joe Adams pretty much out of contention, as the only person he has to fight off for that final podium spot is Mr. Wreckin' Ryan Paget. But Jackson has moved it down to 0.2 of a second gap between Joplin and himself. With 4 to go, let's see who is going to come out victorious. One looking for his 3rd in a row, one looking for his 1st. Going to be a great battle between these two great drivers. Let's take a ride with Mr. Wonderboy. Chases down Mr. Richie Joplin. Oh! We are back under yellow. It is going to go to a green-white checker. Go back and take a look and see what exactly happened with Ryan Paget here. Coming off of 2. Same thing that we saw with Richie earlier. The wall is not your friend. A+ for the grinding skills, but not able to get off. Oh, yep, there he goes. He's off the wall. He can go get his fast repair as he just destroyed the car. For those of you tuning in, we are going to have a wild finish here at Iowa. It is Richie Joplin looking for his 1st win. Jackson McLean looking for his 3rd in a row asphalt finish on top. Pace truck lights are off. It will be a green-white checkered finish. Can Joplin hold off Wonderboy? Can Adams get up there and steal a win? And did Andrew Thornton get tires? I do not think so. But he did get his car fixed. So don't count out Thornton just yet. 2 laps to decide it. Who is going to come out on top? Pace truck is off. Joplin will lead them down to green. In the restart zone, Barney throws the green flag. We are racing to the finish here at Iowa. Joplin putting some pressure on Wonderboy, running him up the track a little bit. See a little bit of contact between the two. Joplin wants this win. Thornton trying to get around Wonderboy to close that points gap. Thornton will look on the high side. Can he get around? Joplin is loving it in his mirror, loving seeing Thornton attack McLean. As they head into 3 and 4, contact between Wonderboy and Thornton. Thornton in the wall. The top 3 completely shaken up. Who is going to be the 3rd across the line? Oh, Ryan Paget was a lap down, so he does not get second. Your top three will be Joplin getting his very first victory with the B-Main Bandits, followed by Joe Adams and Jackson McClain. And Thornton is still in the catch fence. Hey, buddy, you understand you can't park there, right? Our insurance premiums don't pay for this.
I think because of this accident and as close as we got to the crowd, I don't think Iowa Speedway will welcome us back.
Probably not welcome to the Four Crown Series anymore, but it was a heck of a finish, man. You might want to get that car towed.
Yeah, probably.
What a heck of a finish here at Iowa. Seeing Joplin get his very first win with the B-Main Bandits. Always a great time. We will get into our post-race interviews here momentarily. Joe J. Adams is not on track anymore. Unfortunately, we will not be able to see his car. So, in your third position tonight, it is Mr. Jackson McClain. Jackson,
Hello.
Did you really have to wreck Andrew for the podium spot tonight?
No, I was trying to defend a little too hard and drove it in, and the car just went straight rather than actually trying to turn. I let off, trying not to push him up, but it was kind of a lost cause at that point.
You know, really, I think we might need to put an asterisk on your championship if you win on Iowa. I think penalties need to be handed down. 100-point penalty.
Yeah, I don't know about 100 points, but I could definitely see me being pushed to last for the points on this one. Because both of the incidents with Andrew were both 100% my fault, and I can claim that.
Well, you didn't get your 3 in a row on asphalt, but you did get to watch Joplin get his first. How was it up there racing with Richie, and was there anything you could have done to get around him?
It was terrifying. Because I know how bad Richie wanted to win one of these asphalt races because he hasn't got a chance to yet. But it was still really good to see him get a win and stay in front of me. He pushed me up going into one off the restart, and I knew just about right then that it was going to be extremely hard to pass Richie at the end. So he did what he needed to do.
Well, you squeaked out another podium tonight. Great run tonight, buddy. And after you wrecked Andrew, you're going to be able to extend that points lead just a little bit.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll get some points deducted at the end of this race, but I think I would deserve that.
Well, always fun talking with Mr. Jackson McClain. Unfortunate incident with Mr. Andrew Thornton, but it happens. Joe J. Adams is no longer in the Discord. Unfortunate that we don't get to talk with him tonight. Joe, in the future, if you want to be interviewed, stay in the Discord. Great job on a second place finish tonight. Hopefully we'll talk to you in the future, buddy. And with that, we have our winner for the very first time with the B-Main Bandits. It is Richie Joplin.
How'd you like that lucky win?
I don't know how much I'd call it luck, buddy, but, man, you got those elbows out there on that green-white checkered, and you did what you need to come home with the trophy tonight.
Yeah, I was playing little mind games. I was pushing Jackson up, making my car as wide as possible. Right at the start, I dove it into one a little too deep, because I figured he's going to run in there deeper with me, but he didn't. And so I blocked it on the low side and made my car as wide as the track. So I looked up and got the win.
Well, I wouldn't call it luck. You have a lot of skill with these cars. Anything on asphalt, you are always a contender. It was a great time watching you come out here and do literally a master class and hold off Wonder Boy. congrats on your first win, buddy. Hopefully we'll see you get a couple more before the season ends.
I would like to have a dirt win.
Hey, that's your next goal, buddy. Get on it.
Appreciate it, Eddie. Thank you for broadcasting, and thank you for Andrew letting me race with these guys. It was a lot of fun.
It's always a great time with you, Richie. Good job tonight, man.
Thank you.
So that will do it for the B-Main Bandits here at Iowa. They had a great run. Only 5 cars tonight. Unfortunately, this is a less than popular car choice. So you're going to have that happen every once in a while. But these guys put on a hell of a show. If you stuck around, make sure you hit that subscribe, hit that follow, give us a like, give us any sort of attention at all on any of our socials. We always appreciate it, and it helps out the leagues that we do broadcast here on Warlord Gaming. Until next time, we will be back on Friday with the finale of the Open Wheel Outlaws track to be dated. So we'll see you guys then.